The Birthday Party, written by Harold Pinter in 1957 and first performed in 1958, opens in the living room of a boarding house on the English seaside. Petey, a man in his 60s, is one of the owners of the boarding house. His wife Meg helps him run the house. Is that you, Petey? Petey, is that you?
What?
Petey? Is that you?
Yes, it's me.
What? Are you back?
Yes,
I've got your cornflakes ready. Here's your cornflakes. Are they nice?
very nice.
I thought they'd be nice. You got your paper?
Yes,
Is it good?
not bad.
What does it say?
Nothing much.
You read me out some bits yesterday, some nice ones.
Yes, well, I haven't finished this one yet.
Will you tell me when you come to something good?
Yes,
Have you been working hard this morning?
no, just stacked a few of the old chairs, cleaned up a little bit.
Is it nice out?
Very nice.
Is Stanley up yet?
I don't know, is he?
I don't know. I haven't seen him down yet.
Well then, he can't be up.
Haven't you seen him down?
I've only just come in.
He must still be asleep. What time did you go out this morning, Petey?
Same time as usual.
Was it dark?
No, it was light.
But sometimes you go out in the morning and it's dark.
That's in the winter.
Oh, in winter.
Yes, it gets light later in the winter.
Oh. What are you reading?
Someone's just had a baby.
Oh, they haven't. Who?
Some girl.
Who, Petey? Who?
I don't think you'd know her.
What's her name?
Lady Mary Flat.
I don't know.
No.
What is it?
A girl.
Not a boy?
No.
Oh, what a shame. I'd be sorry. I'd much rather have a little boy.
A little girl's all right.
Oh, I'd much rather have a little boy.
I finished my cornflakes.
Were they nice?
Very nice.
Got something else for you.
Good.
Here you are, Petey. Is it nice?
I haven't tasted it yet.
I bet you don't know what it is.
Yes, I do.
What is it then?
Fried bread.
That's right.
Mmm. Very nice.
I knew it was.
Oh, Meg. Two men came up to me on the beach last night.
Two men.
Yes, they wanted to know if we could put them up for a couple of nights.
Put them up. Here?
Yes,
How many men?
two.
What did you say?
Well, I said I didn't know. So they said they'd come round to find out.
Are they coming?
Well, they said they would.
Had they heard about us, Petey?
They must have done.
Yes, they must have done. They must have heard this was a very good boarding house. It is. This house is on the list.
It is.
I know it is.
They might turn up today. Can you do it?
Oh, I've got that lovely room they can have.
You've got a room ready?
I've got the room with the armchair all ready for visitors.
You're sure?
Yes, that'll be all right then if they come today.
Good.
I'm going to wake that boy.
There's a new show coming to the palace.
On the pier?
No, the palace in the town.
Stanley could have been in it if it was on the pier.
This is a straight show.
What do you mean?
No dancing or singing.
What did they do then?
They just talk.
Oh,
You like a song, eh, Meg?
I like listening to the piano. I used to like watching Stanley play the piano. Of course, he didn't sing. I'm going to call that boy.
Did you take him up his cup of tea?
I always take him up his cup of tea, but that was a long time ago.
Did he drink it?
I made him. I stood there till he did. I'm going to call him. Stan? Stanny? Stan? I'm coming up to fetch you if you don't come down. I'm coming up. I'm going to count 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm coming to get you. Oh, he's coming down. I told him if he didn't hurry up, he'd get no breakfast.
That did it, eh?
I'll get his cornflakes.
Morning, Stanley.
Morning.
So he's come down at last, has he? He's come down at last for his breakfast. He doesn't deserve any, does he, Petey? Did you sleep well?
I didn't sleep at all.
You didn't sleep at all. Did you hear that, Petey? Too tired to eat your breakfast, I suppose. Now you eat up those cornflakes like a good boy. Go on.
What's it like out today?
Very nice.
Warm?
Well, there's a good breeze blowing.
Cold?
No. I wouldn't say it was cold.
What are the cornflakes like, Stan?
Horrible.
Those flakes? Those lovely flakes? You're a liar, a little liar. They're refreshing, it says so, for people when they get up late.
The milk's off.
It's not. Petey ate his, didn't you, Petey?
That's right.
There you are, then.
All right, I'll go on to the second course.
He hasn't finished the first course and he wants to go on to the second course.
I feel like something cooked.
Well, I'm not going to give it to you.
Give it to him.
I'm not going to.
No breakfast. All night long I've been dreaming about this breakfast.
I thought you said you didn't sleep.
Daydreaming all night long, and now she won't give me any, not even a crust of bread on the table. Well, I can see I'll have to go down to one of those smart hotels on the front.
You won't get a better breakfast there than here. Here you are. You'll like this.
What's this?
Fried bread.
Well, I don't know what it is. I bet you don't know what it is.
Oh, yes, I do.
What?
Fried bread.
He knew.
What a wonderful surprise.
You didn't expect that, did you?
I bloody well didn't.
Well, I'm off.
You going back to work?
Yes,
Your tea. You haven't had your tea.
that's all right. No time now.
I've got it made inside.
Ah, never mind. See you later. Ta-ta, Stan.
Ta-ta.
What do you mean?
You're a bad wife.
I'm not. Who said I am?
Not to make your husband a cup of tea. Terrible.
He knows I'm not a bad wife.
Giving him sour milk instead.
It wasn't sour.
Disgraceful.
You mind your own business anyway. You won't find many better wives than me, I can tell you. I keep a very nice house and I keep it clean.
Oh,
Yes, and this house is very well known for a very good boarding house for visitors.
visitors? Do you know how many visitors you've had since I've been here?
How many?
1.
Who?
Me. I'm your visitor.
You're a liar. This house is on the list.
I bet it is.
I know it is. Was it nice?
What?
The fried bread?
Succulent.
You shouldn't say that word.
What word?
That word you said.
What? Succulent?
Don't say it.
What's the matter with it?
You shouldn't say that word to a married woman.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
Well, I never knew that.
Well, it's true.
Who told you that?
Never you mind.
Well, if I can't say it to a married woman, who can I say it to?
You're bad.
What about some tea?
Do you want some tea? Say please.
Please.
Say sorry first.
Sorry first.
No, just sorry.
Just sorry.
You deserve the strap.
Don't do that. I brought the pot in.
I don't know what I'd do. Oh, so I brought the pot in.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
You don't deserve it, though.
Why not?
Go on, calling me that.
How long has that tea been in the pot?
It's good tea. Good, strong tea.
This isn't tea, it's gravy.
It's not.
Get out of it, you succulent old washing bag.
I am not. And it isn't your place to tell me if I am.
And it isn't your place to come into a man's bedroom and wake him up.
Oh, Stanley, don't you like your cup of tea of a morning? The one I bring you?
I can't drink this muck. Didn't anyone ever tell you to warm the pot at least?
That's good, strong tea, that's all.
Oh, God, I'm tired. Oh, not the bloody table.
Stan,
What?
am I really succulent?
Oh, you are. I'd rather have you than a cold in the nose any day.
You're just saying that.
Look, why don't you get this place cleaned up? It's a pigsty. And another thing, what about my room? It needs sweeping, it needs papering. I need a new room.
Oh, Stan, that's a lovely room. I've had some lovely afternoons in that room. Is the sun shining? What are you smoking?
A cigarette?
You going to give me one?
No.
I like cigarettes. Tickle, tickle.
Get away from me.
Are you going out?
Not with you.
But I'm going shopping in a minute.
Go.
You'll be lonely all by yourself.
Will I?
Without your old Meg. I've got to get things in for the two gentlemen.
What two gentlemen?
I'm expecting visitors.
That's it.
That was really good.
Finished.
That was good.
Well done,
Well
everybody.
I just love his dialogue. It's so kind of
Yes, it's so
realistic.
Yeah, went all over with accents, but never mind. It's in
No, it was
trademark.
I mean,
I thought it was really good.
when we first tried it, Derek said, "You're not being nasty enough," because Meg is so nice, and yet there I am, just sort of, slagging her off. So I suddenly realised this is acting, not just being yourself.
That was really good. Reminds me of the royal family, actually.
Yes.
To mind. Oh, that's where they got the idea from.
But well, Derek, do you want to tell people what we're intending to get onto next time?
Yeah. So what we decided to do was start this off with the three of us. What we will do next week is look at an interrogation scene. We brought it up to the two visitors. It might seem like a rather gentle conversation, domestic conversation. Now, Stanley reacts, doesn't he, at the two visitors. So next week, what we'll be doing is we will be looking at a much more direct scene of Stanley's encounter with the two visitors. But the other one that we're definitely doing is one of his shorter plays, which is called Mountain Language.
Right. Well, it's certainly the interrogation between the two men and Stanley, which is to come, is in direct contrast to Meg's interrogation of, if you like, of Petey and Stanley. It's a sort of conversation that you can recognize, but really nowhere. And I think Pinter was portraying here the inconsequential conversations we have, the beginnings of theatre of the absurd, if any of you are familiar with that. Sort of, there's dark humour, there's incongruity, and sort of no reason to the conversation. They're just time fillers, which again will contrast very much with the nonsensical interrogation, but it has a much darker tone to it, which is to come. The main thing about Pinter, which you probably all know, is the pauses. And of course, when you're reading it and there is action happening, and if you haven't got a script in front of you and you're not watching people perform, you're not aware of what they're doing. And I think sometimes to understand what Meg's doing, going backwards and forwards to the kitchen, there are breaks there which are not actually pauses. They are movements, when she goes to the drawer to pick up her knitting and when she goes back to the drawer to put her knitting away. So it does demand a lot of you this morning to try and follow the dialogue and try and cope with pauses that are deliberate and pauses which are things happening on stage. But certainly the interrogation to come is much tighter and much darker and much more frightening. But it gives you a flavour of how Meg is. Kind of feels she's somewhere on the spectrum at times, and Petey is disinterested. But what do you think of their relationship? Do you think it's close? What's going on between Meg and Stanley? He's in his 30s, she's in her 60s. Is he her child, so to speak, or is he her lover? Or it's nothing is put in plain sight, is it? It's left to your imagination with perhaps a few prompts. But do you think, do you get the impression Meg and Petey have been together many years? They've obviously bought a boarding house and together now.
Right, first of all, I think the idea is tremendous. Secondly, I thought it worked really well. There was there was chemistry between the three of you, and I didn't think it existed really well. Just the voices, probably seeing you as well, because I think there was some performance even just in those little boxes. And as to the intrigue, I was caught up with all sorts of imaginings.
Yeah.
I was just going to say really that it would be useful to know something about these plays, because I don't know anything about this play. And I think just to maybe read two episodes of it, if you like. Without knowing the play, it's hard to sort of get your head around what's going on. No, I mean, what you did was great. I mean, and it was really interesting. But without knowing the play, you're a bit in midair, really.
Right, Stanley has got secrets, hasn't he?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know, because I don't know.
You sort of feel that he is out of his comfort zone. I mean, he is a lodger. He's been there so long. And Meg, I feel, is is a lonely woman. Okay, the boarding house has been on the list, but all they've had is Stanley there. And all she has to talk to is Petey and now Stanley. But I think when you go to the theatre, you don't always know what the play is about and what you're going to see. It comes through in the performance. And that's where I was saying that, you know, some of the pauses were for stage directions, which you weren't able to see. Perhaps you'd pick up that there would be a sort of dumbwaiter type thing, that she would go from the dining room to the kitchen and put the meal, the cornflakes or the toast. So I think a lot is demanded of the cast to try and overcome that, really, without the visuals. We decided against having a narrator because we thought that would add too much detail. And what do you think? Would it have been a good idea to have a narrator?
Okay, I do know the play, so it was kind of interesting to hear people actually performing it. And I watched it on speaker rather than on gallery, which actually made it it was a nice way to see it. I thought it was lovely, beautifully performed. I loved the sort of fluctuation between flirtation and motherliness that goes on between Meg and Stanley. And Stanley was sufficiently grumpy and, you know, kind of awkward. I really enjoyed it. I suppose because I didn't know what happens next.
I didn't dare say it.
The fact that it was so kind of, it really was, you know, boring, absurd, everyday conversation, repetition, people saying the same thing over and over again. I thought it was really, really well done, and I enjoyed it very much. And I love the idea of not being able to call a married woman succulent. I think that's fabulous.
That was wonderful.
You can call me
But yeah,
succulent
I think
anytime you
what
like.
it did remind me of was, I was thinking of Joe Orton while I was.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I'd never thought of it before, but I was thinking particularly of Entertaining Mr. Sloane, where this, you know, older woman is flirting a little bit with a young man and talking nonsense at the same time, really. But anyway, that's all I have to say. But I'm looking forward to the next episode. There you go.
Yes, so am I.
In the sense that we wanted people's reaction to it. We just wanted to present it and get the reaction to it. And I'm really pleased about, you know, the comments and the observations. Thank you.
But is anybody interested in getting involved, even if they don't know exactly what it would involve at the moment? Susan, I've got you down. Yep. Graham. Yep. Sandy. Yep. Anybody else? Lorraine? No.
Maybe. Yeah.
Lorraine. Yeah. Well,
it's just when they are, isn't it? The Zoom.
It's when they are. We accept that for everybody. And if you can't make it, you can't make it. But that means you can do the next one when you are available.
Yeah.
The next one we're going on to is the Act 2, and I'll send that to you. Are there any last comments before we?
Just thank you. It was wonderful.
No, it was really nice.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I think the best line of all was succulent old washing bag.
I said that with feeling as well, didn't I?
It was really good.